All right, let's talk about the future of transportation. Imagine a world with no traffic jams, where every car on the road talks to each other, and your commute is seamless. Well, that's not just a dream. It's the core vision behind China's cloud control platform. Today, we're doing a deep dive, a consultancy-style briefing on their incredibly ambitious technology roadmap all the way out to 2040. So, what's the game plan? Here's what we'll cover. First, we'll look at why this is such a huge strategic play for the entire country. Then we'll do a reality check on where things actually stand today. After that, we'll get into the long-term vision for 2040, break down the 5-pillar blueprint for how they'll get there, and finally, ask the big question. Can this put them at the front of the global race? Okay, first up, why is this cloud control platform so critical? Well, let me tell you, this goes way beyond just cool car tech. We're talking about a core piece of national strategy. Think of it as the government building a single, centralized brain for every road and every vehicle in the entire country. It's a massive undertaking. And this whole strategy really rests on three main pillars. First, it's about industrialization. By creating one unified system, they're essentially guaranteeing a market for smart, connected vehicles. Second, it's a play for national power. This is a key piece in their puzzle to become a manufacturing superpower and a transportation superpower. And third, it's about hitting their dual carbon goals. Optimizing traffic flow, cutting down on idling, that all adds up to a huge reduction in emissions. So, if there's one thing to take away from this section, it's this. This isn't some standalone project. It's truly designed to be the central nervous system for the country's entire mobility future, linking cars, roads, the energy grid, everything into one intelligent network. Okay, so that's the grand vision. It's huge, it's ambitious. But what's the reality on the ground right now? Let's do a quick reality check and see what the last strategic plan, RoadMap 2.0, actually delivered. And what we see is a bit of a mixed bag. On one hand, they've absolutely crushed their infrastructure goals. I mean, they've built out regional platforms in over 10 cities and installed more roadside hardware than they'd planned for 2025. The foundation is there. But here's the catch. The performance just isn't there yet. The number of vehicles actually using the system is tiny, the network latency is too high, and the real-world apps are still pretty basic. It's kind of like they've built this amazing superhighway, but almost no one is driving on it. And this number really drives the point home. Right now, there are only about 10,000 vehicles connected to the platform. Their goal for 2025? 500,000. That is a massive gap. It tells you that the biggest challenge right now isn't building more stuff, it's getting people and automakers to actually plug into the system. Now, let's zoom out and look at the global competition, because this is where it gets really interesting. When you look at the raw tech, there are some pretty serious gaps. Network latency, or the system's reaction time, is more than 5 times slower than the international best. Prediction accuracy, which is crucial for safety, is good, but it's not at that elite 99.5% plus level. And then there's the raw compute power. The top 3 Chinese telcos combined have about 50 EFLOPS of power. To put that in perspective, Tesla alone is estimated to have around 100 EFLOPS. And in this game, computing power is everything. So, keeping that reality check in mind, let's turn to the future. What's the new plan to close those gaps and achieve the vision? Well, they've mapped it out like a 3-stage rocket launch to 2040. Stage 1, launching by 2030, is all about standardization, getting all the major cities onto one interconnected platform. Stage 2, by 2035, is about consolidation, merging everything into a single national-level platform that can handle Level 4 autonomous driving. And the final stage, by 2040, is the moonshot, evolving into a globally integrated platform for full hands-off autonomy. So how do they kick this off? The short-term goals for 2030 are all about hitting critical mass. They're aiming for 90% coverage in their biggest cities, and crucially, getting vehicles connected. The target is to get at least half of all new assisted driving vehicles, what they call CADS, and about a third of the more advanced autonomous cars, or CADS, hooked into the system. This is where they have to solve that vehicle adoption problem we saw earlier. And if we look way out to 2040, the vision is basically total integration. We're talking 100% coverage in every significant city, almost every single vehicle on the road connected, and that full ecosystem of smart cars, digital roads, and collaborative cloud finally becoming a reality. Okay, a vision like that is one thing, but how in the world do you actually build it? Well, the plan is broken down into a super detailed 5-pillar technical blueprint. This is the how. They call it the 5-in-1 technical path. It's basically a holistic framework to manage this insane level of complexity. It covers everything from the top-level system architecture down to the common foundation, the information infrastructure, the applications that run on it, and finally, testing and evaluation to make sure it all works. It's the master blueprint. And what's great about this is that it's not just talk. Each pillar has hard, quantifiable targets. For example, look at that common foundation goal. They're targeting 99.9% decision accuracy. That's basically near perfection, and it's absolutely non-negotiable for public safety and trust. Or check out the applications pillar, a 25% boost in traffic efficiency by 2040. Think about what that would mean for daily commutes and for the economy. These KPIs show this is a serious, measurable plan. So the blueprint is clear. The ambition is off the charts. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important question. Having a detailed roadmap is one thing, but is it going to be enough to actually win the global race for the future of mobility? Because let's be honest, this is a fiercely competitive space. Executing a plan of this scale is a whole different ballgame, and it's going to be the ultimate test. In the end, success isn't just going to be about hitting those KPIs. It's about achieving this quote: the deep integration of smart cars, digital roads, energy, and the cloud. It's about building an entire ecosystem. The global race is on, and watching this top-down, state-led strategy go head-to-head with the more market-driven approaches elsewhere, well, that's going to be fascinating. It really leaves you wondering who will ultimately set the standards for our autonomous future.